Right, I'm here. Kind of running around to get ready. So, indeed, the thumbnail is, I think, very self-explanatory. We're setting things in fire. It's gonna be fun. So, I see how it is manageable to translate to C# a already existing Godot project. Quite a big thing. Quite a big thing. That's going to be the main thing I will be doing until the Hyper Game Dev Jam starts, because that's going to be my next project, I think. And I am now realizing that it is a 28 days month, which is cool. Means Jam's gonna come sooner than I was expecting. So super cool. So yeah, hi, Pound. How is that supposed to be named, by the way? Like Pound Pound? Or Pound on Pound Action? Huh. Cross Pound. Pound Cross. X Pound. So anyway, what's up? How are you doing? All that kind of questions, you know. Maybe I will lower this slightly. Okay, so the plan, yes, I think I should keep this a little bit organized. And you're doing pretty good, so that's cool. I'm gonna pick the other chat because it is slightly faster. By the way, do I have the right... Can I see? Do I have the right latency? Oh, can I change this? Can I change this? Yes. Stream settings, low latency. Yes, that's cool. So I've been changing the sword parts so far, and because I have absolutely crazy ambition in this, I'm not just translating it, I'm even changing how the things work. So this is probably a very bad idea to do that. Oh, you started immediately? Yes, because it's late already, so I didn't want to do that even later. Alright. So I think the first thing is gonna be about updating this word resource. Yeah. Oh, it's gone. Oh, by the way, maybe I should just create things to kind of list what's already done. Recreate sword parts with new resources. That's pretty much what I did, I think. Sword parts, blade part, blah blah blah. So yeah, I created the sword, but I think I'm missing the... You will be drank. I'm missing the full code of the sword right there. Open in a new window. Nope. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. Right click. Move into a new window. Okay, so this is the existing script. And I'm gonna put that on the side. Oh yeah, that's gonna be... Okay, maybe I can do this here. And chat here. It's... How much was done so far? So, I've changed the paths result scripts. I recreated those. And yes, I've kind of changed how the forge rate is going to be saved in the paths. And here, yeah, that's very technical, but instead of using an integer to store in the swords, I'm going to use entire sword paths. So this implies that update the sword resource. That's kind of a big statement, so I'm going to delete this one. But I'm going to have to update the crafting method, which is like a super method, to be fair with you. We're gonna update this thing, and otherwise it's translates sword. So we're gonna start with this one. Do I want to create a new tag? Because I kind of like when there's a tag to a card. I'm gonna make 2 C#. Yeah. We're gonna start with just translating this thing. And then we will change, well, that will come in the line, really. Okay, so interesting. We're starting with a function which is defining if the sword is a masterwork or not. Oh, and by the way, there's something in C# which I really like. So it's not done yet in this project, but you can kind of separate your classes in different blocks, which means they can be on different files. But here I'm kind of using it to create some sort of super blocks to have things very much separated. For example, all the singleton things in one super block, and then all the events and signals in another block, etc. So here we're gonna have is masterwork. Okay. So we're just gonna need to check the levels of each part. Oh, it's actually interesting. I did handle this in a pretty cool way. Nice. Oh, does it still have a level? Or did I remove this? Maybe I did remove the level. Where do you find information about C# coding? There is, I mean, most of the time when you type a question about C#, let's say C# array, you have those Microsoft things, and they're like the official documentation of C#, and it's like, well, it's equivalent to the Godot documentation, really. And it's very often really good. Really, really good. And otherwise, it's kind of... it's not like I'm starting from scratch, so... I did learn by following a code-through series, so it is Unity. It is Unity, but basically, yeah, I learned with, let's see, what's YouTube? Oh, Cuball is here. Didn't see that. Consider a core. Okay, I learned from this guy C#, basically. I think it's this series.
Have you ever
Looks like this one. I missed click and didn't open the right thing, but yeah, that's pretty much how I learned C#. Oh, it did Jatsu. I think you knew. Welcome. Why did you change it to C#? I just changed it. Yeah. Basically because I do individually prefer C# for various reasons. How it's structured, how it is easier to maintain on the long run, and how it manages events, which are signals, C# signals. They are, in my opinion, way much easier to use than Godot ones. Godot docs and Microsoft C# docs are where you have to get the info. I like C# in Godot because I can also use it with JavaScript. Yeah, I remember that, and it is actually your comment on this which got me to think that it is possible to translate the project without having to jump to an entire new project. Small simple scripts in JavaScript and C# are so complicated. And they talk nicely. Yeah, maybe they can. I mean, that's something I didn't really explore as an idea, but maybe that works. But I really just love this very much. So it looks like I did remove the level of the parts, so yes, that has to come back. Okay. Are we good now? Oh yeah. Why is it not found? Protection level? Oh, wait a second. Did I just forget to say public everywhere? Well, not everywhere. Can we go? Oh, right there. I think I did forget. So maybe when you... It pretty much means that it's all private if you don't. That's the thing, that's why I'm trying to go full C# right now, because jumping from one language to the other is still not something I'm mastering very much. Oh, and by the way, maybe we can do the Hyper Game Dev 1 hour game jam after that. I don't know. That's something we could consider. Okay. Oh. Okay, so blade pop, now the other ones. We have window pot. One more. The keyboard sounds are loud today. Oh yeah, I did change the sound, that's probably why. And it's not necessarily bad, but... Oh, maybe it's a little less obnoxious. I don't know, you tell me. Okay, so... I think... I think the color code is... Yeah, he's done. He's so dumb. Okay, maybe instead of having a get currency value, we could have the value in a variable. Forge rate locked. I kind of see that at the top. Right there. And here we could have the value. Oh yes. Oh wait. Oh. Value. Alright. So what has to be public? Well, pretty much everything, I think. The plots have to be public. That's for sure. Yeah, everything. Now it feels weird to use a mouse. Actually, I have trouble aiming. Okay. So get currency, more like calculate currency. I'm gonna use this. Yeah, I will reorganize things slightly after. So public. We're gonna use a ceiling version of damage. That's... Oh, it doesn't convert. Interesting. And by the way, to answer your question, Alfion, regarding this, where do you find information about C#? Most of the time, anyway, when I have a question, I kind of type. I just Google what I'm needing. Whoa, there's still ants around there. This one probably went through the window. So get blade part and stuff. That's pretty much deprecated, I think. Initialize name. So maybe that could be private. I'm going to set it to private. MS calculate value. Oh, maybe, I mean, can we say calculate name? That's kind of weird. But that's pretty much what happens. I mean, it's like processing, but more like processing. Okay, so we have a string. Yeah. I like that you must define floats with F. Okay, so I'm gonna show you something very important with floats. Floats in C# are not floats from Godot. That is very important. So, for example, if you have delta, that's a double. Okay, so that's what you usually call a float in Godot. That's a double. But here I do have to set F because there's the difference between double and floats. See, if I do this, this will probably not work because that's a double. by default, when you have 0.0, that's a double, so you have to say F. But I do still always put the F and the D to differentiate those. And I'm pretty sure that the float is just a double with less, with only 32 bytes, something. I think that's it. So they do take less space in memory, but they can't go as high. I gotta check that. You're kind of C# float versus double. I'm pretty sure that's it, wrong. Yes, float is 32 byte and double is 64. Floating points are much faster to work. Oh wait, then accurate decimals. Okay, so that's not what I was thinking about. It. Yeah, basically that's it. 7 digits. Oh, so floats are less accurate than doubles. It's just a question of accuracy. Yeah, and basically I've used this on something that is meant to be small. And I even want to say that in general, based on what I want to use those numbers for, I don't think we need that much thing. Let me see, what was it? Yes, attack speed, damage. These are supposed to be numbers which are very close to an integer and might actually be rounded to integers in the end. We don't know. How much is delta then? I might be a little bit late for this question, but they mean the same. Yes, in the essence, they're the same thing. It's just that double or like the rocket launcher, while floats are the submachine gun. Okay, so we're checking the forge rate here. And even the full layout of my keyboard is different. I mean, full layout, let's not exaggerate. Some keys are at the opposite side. So that's confusing as hell. I'm very confused by what this method does. Yes, okay, now that makes sense now. Assume rocket launcher is integer. No, actually, that's a metaphor I'm using. But okay, I'm gonna explain this because I have a lot of history regarding this metaphor. That's something a math teacher used like a very long time ago. And basically what she said is that this protocol, this method to calculate things, it's like using a rocket launcher to kill a fly. Like, you don't need that to get rid of a fly. And when I say that a double are the rocket launcher here, it means that they are the big artillery to deal with a problem which can be fixed with something slightly less obnoxious and which requires less time, less resources, less stuff and stuff, etc. And this image really sticks in my head. Like, I mean, we are 15 years later. No, maybe not 15. We're at least 10 years later. It is kind of weird what Okay, what I did here. Because basically... Okay, I know why this turned out this way. But, yeah. So this is useless, let's be fair. And this is useless. Oh no, there's a reason. There's a reason. We're gonna pass. Oh, does that even work? I mean, that's cocky, let's be fair. To use the... Yes, I think that works. Yes. And we don't even need this anymore. So that's just blue. And that's an else. Yeah. Well, technically we can just add it in front, right? But yeah, that's fine. That's pretty much why I might end up muted sometimes. Okay, next. Calculate damage. It looks like you did add a factor here. Oh no, that's a power. What is that? That's kind of weird. But I'll allow it. Oh no, that's not wrong. I think... Okay, let's start with... Oh no, it's not... Oh, it's a float now. No, you will see it will arrive very soon. The question is, do we keep damages as with decimals or just integers? That's an important question. I think using integers fine. Yeah, integers is better in my opinion for this kind of statistics. Attack speed has to be a float, no doubt on that. Why would we have damage as floats? Honestly, calculations. Calculations and handling a lot of multipliers and stuff, I don't know. So anyway, we're gonna have a math round, and that's a so for trade. So that's the thing, right? That's this fraction here. 0.8 on 1.4. It is so special, and I so don't understand it that I don't think I did come up with that. Is that even superior to 1? Or maybe it's not. Yeah, it's probably not. So we do have a lot of calculated methods in the same place. That seems fine. do we get damage from fort rate? At this moment, yes, but we did talk about changing the thing. I just didn't. I forgot about it, to be fair, because we talked about it after I stopped working on the. No, that's gone. So let's just add this here. Do we... Okay, quick question. Do we put a random damage on parts? Like, for example, something between 3 and 4, or 3 and 5? Or do we have a set damage? I'm gonna put it so if we need it, it's here, otherwise we just get rid of it. Oh, wait a second. Oh.
All of them. 2 wounds on the neck, right at the jugular vein. And in every case, a blood clot. 8 inches from the victim's neck. Part of the feast.
This doesn't work. I think... Okay. I mean, right now I'm thinking about the saving. Because here you can see that I did selected only 3 variables to be saved on disk. But if we do want to use the Godot inspector to create resources, we have to put everything as export so that we can edit it. But then it means that everything will be saved for every single sword. So this will probably not be the saved thing. Okay, so that's saving questions, like optimization questions. We'll see later. We'll see later. Okay, let's calculate the weight. Calculate damage. Yeah, so we're gonna change that. It's more like we're gonna have to calculate fort rate. Oh, let's do this better. Damage, yeah, it's not quite avoidable. Mistyping method. What do you mean? If there's a mistype here, I should have an error. So you'll have to be a little bit more specific. Oh, mistyped this weight. Well, don't you want a Frogger rate? Let's go. Frogger rate. When you said mistype, I really thought that a variable had the wrong type. Just me. It's going to be exactly the same thing, the other weight. We can save it as an Easter egg. Hi, oh, it's past 9. When? I'm confused. Really like your content, and I appreciated the way you're structuring the video series. Thanks. Well, you're welcome, Rainier. Wrong account. Okay. Well, actually, it shows there's both variants. Oh, it's past 9. Yes, I did launch this. I was kind of slacking on League of Legends before that. So yeah, Rainier, I'm a little bit disappointed by how I dropped the Crystal series. Like, yeah. The next series I'm gonna post, well, I will just do it entirely before I start posting. Otherwise, it's just like catching up to me and it's more annoying, so. But anyway, for next month, we will be doing a game jam. I really do like Easter eggs in games. Well, that's more like an Easter egg in dev. It's okay. You really want to play Blacksmith Idol? Well, right now, I mean, this has to be like the. It has to be. This is the. This is the current situation, right? We have this. Right now, the project looks like this. Once this will be decent enough to charge, like the project right now, Blacksmith looks like this, like 100%. You're struggling to remember how. You think there's a type of expert that don't add it to the editor? No, tool is very different. Tool is to have the script run in the editor. There is an export type that don't add to the editor. It's like you're asking basically an export that doesn't export. So I gotta say I'm a little bit confused about the process here. Okay, so that's for the weight class. Do I have weight class so far? I think I skipped it. I did skip it. Do you have calculate attack speed? Yes. So we do create an integer. If it counts. Oh, you did remove this. I was like this close to read it. Okay, so I don't know if this works in C#. I hope it does. Right. Or do I have to say this? No. Okay, I hope it does. Export storage exports. The property is not displayed in the editor, but is serious and stored in the single resource file. Well, I want exactly the opposite. I want the exact opposite. Which doesn't exist, I think. So no, the factor is not something we use so far. Yes. So we're gonna have just this. Let's say 0.05. And yeah, honestly, at this point, we divide by 5. Let's go. And by the way, I didn't even know that Frogger is a game before Hyper Gamedev did a jam about it. I mean, I did play a remake, I mean, a kind of similar game, but didn't know Frogger. No, I didn't know about Frogger. And in fact, I do think that after that, I did rewatch an episode of American Dad where they talk about this game. But I just didn't, I mean, I didn't really care at that point because, I mean, at that time, because I didn't know what the game was. Get square type. I'm gonna ignore those at the moment. Oh, that's, no, that's actually, we have, oh, it's a string, yes. Maybe that will go to the part. Ancient, I'm gonna skip ancient. Get random part. What? Oh, is that for the create sword method? Seems that would make sense. The game I played, which was like, it was just, I mean, I think you couldn't go from left to right, and you could just only go forward, and that was like on the smartphones around 2013. And I think the initial skin was like a chicken, and yeah, with the roads, but probably something like this. Get random parts. Yes. So right now I'm trying to make the sword, but I actually don't have the recipe. Well, technically I could use it. Yes, I think I could use it. Cross heroes, I think. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Oh, so this is static. "100% interest" by Frogger? Yes. When I watched the Frogger thing, I was like, yes, that has to be it. I usually have, I prefer static before static public. I don't know. Doesn't work. Is that maybe let's make the official C# way. So I think that's the thing, right? Because this type isn't present in my C# solution, I have to create a variant. You think you have found something for this? It's a bit of workaround though. Well, what I was thinking is creating another resource basically. I will create a saved part and it will be like this. It will just keep the important information like the part ID, part statistic, and that's it. Because the thing is that we will be duplicating parts like crazy. So it will be very necessary to fix this in terms of saving. Yeah. Where is this a problem? Create swear. Oh. There it is. Sword created. Okay, so we have the recipe tier level and name. Okay, so is that going to work? That's the question. No! So maybe it is necessary to do the recipe before that. Yeah, why you code in C#? Because GDScript sucks. No, I just prefer that. I just prefer C#, and on the long run, in my opinion, it is easier. So right now it's not, because I'm still, I don't want to say I'm still in learning phase, but kind of. There are kind of things I have to get used to, because C# with Godot is different than C# with Unity. And in terms of time, now I technically have coded more in JavaScript than C#, I think. But this aside, I do prefer C#. So you learn JavaScript for nothing? Not really. I will still be doing JavaScript tutorials when it is beginner oriented. And yeah, most likely if you ever work on it, I mean, JavaScript is like more easy to get to work with when you want to go fast. C# is a little bit of setup to do, which was kind of annoying until I find the right video to help me do it. But yeah, it took me a good solid few hours being blocked. Mostly because the official plugin doesn't work. That's pretty much it. Pretty much the reason why. Oh, wait. C# is the future? I don't know. GDScript will improve. It will. But there are some limitations that it will never be able to break through. And those are related to the fact that it is not compiled. And actually, right now it reminds me that I had a few thoughts about trying C# passing by, but once it was actually during a stream, right? I bumped into a limitation of GDScript, which was very, very, very much frustrating me, like very much. And that was the last strike, which got me to switch. GDScript is a good entry level, and lots of games are just made in GDScript. C# is just extra coding tool you can use, not required. Yes, in my opinion, C# is more structured and more maintainable, more scalable, it makes more sense on a more realistic project. I mean, GDScript is fine as long as your project remains small. You think after this project you're going to C#? Yeah, well, I think it will be time at some point to make I want to say transition tutorials, like how to transition from GDScript to C#. This I will definitely do that, because there are kind of few things to understand, right? You can't just like jumping in it with absolutely no C# knowledge it's rough. It's rough without fully guided things. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you learned C# the school version. Then that's cool. You remember something. It will come back very quickly. Only for math. But I need to load the game engine again. Well, the thing is that if you, I mean, most of the Godot framework is the same when you use C#. The only thing is that, for example, instead of using print, you do say gd.print. That's pretty much what happens. You just add gd in front of most methods, and then it's exactly the same. You work with engineers at school, coded robot in C#. Oh, that's cool. Do I still have notes? Yes. I mean, this is the interface of C# Godot. That's exactly the same. You just have this extra button so that you can build, but otherwise everything's the same. It's just the code, yes, it's exactly that. Just the code is different. And as Pound on Pound was saying earlier, you can mix both languages. It's more in GDScript supporting C# rather than C# supporting GDScript, but you can. Well, if you want, you can use Unity, right? But that's a different engine in this case. Materials? Oh yes, so that's for the cost. I don't have materials. Okay, so right now we are like being pulled all the way down to making ores and veins. Maybe not veins, but at least ores. Just so that we can get those crafting materials. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I can skip this. Yeah, maybe not. That's annoying. Okay. I'm thinking maybe make new UI. Well, you have plenty of times to experiment a lot of things, so go ahead. Is this in this, I mean at the end? Initialize, no. Class. Oh yes, class, craft material is right there. Yeah, I'm gonna create a new folder. And I'm doing this, but I do need to create all first. You understood we're lacking space on screen? I don't know. I'm not really an expert, so I don't. I mean, UI isn't something I'm super good at. So I don't know that much. Okay. Still have... Oh, still have my nodes prices around Unity, similar somehow. So Unity doesn't have nodes, they have game objects. They're slightly the same. I mean, the spirit is the same thing in general, but it works differently, very differently. We trust Godot in future. Unity is better because it is old, but Godot is new. We just need to wait a little longer. I mean, Unity is cool if you have the resources to work with it, which means a lot of things. Godot is fine because it's free and it's cheap, and I mean, I really like it best, honestly. You ate a lot of space and changed the composition a lot. Yeah, well, that's how, yeah, that's, you know, prototyping for you. I'm not gonna teach you that. Oh. There we go. So, what do we have here? Oh, all have tiers? Interesting. Oh, let's take... There we go. I'm thinking about acting like a rich person today and going buying a pizza in front of the street. I mean, next side of the street. You're going. Well, good night. Thanks for passing by. It was nice to see you. Go to docs, explain why they use GD scripts and not any other languages. Oh, you mean... You mean that the documentation are in GDScript only? Or why they are creating their own language? I mean, do we face merging conflicts? If you change, you can do pretty much whatever you want. The odds of creating a conflict here are very, very low. I mean, it's, yeah, I mean, as long as I go before 23, that's fine. I mean, where's the time? Well, time didn't follow, but... Yeah, I mean, and even if you do change scripts, you will most likely not touch C# scripts. Right now I'm just living in the C# bubble, so... Why they are creating their own... Yes, I mean, honestly, when I'm thinking C#, not C#, sorry, GDScript, I'm thinking kind of like, you know, Apple. There's this kind of legend about it that they are creating a software that is built to function alongside the hardware. So the OS is supposed to be tailored based on the components they are specifically choosing in each model. And if that legend is true, it is possible to have basically computers which are way better quality than what we do with other types of computers, where we just separate the two and try to have them match together. For Windows, at least. Linux people might be a little bit more aware of how the software has to be working with the hardware. I don't know. I kind of see Godot the same way. they are creating an engine, and they are creating a language that's supposed to work with the engine, and it's working best with that engine, which is, in my opinion, a very good approach, very good thing. But there were decisions taken in that direction, which, in my opinion, are not something I really like working with, which is choosing a script language. So maybe that was necessary to make what they want to be doing. But yeah, in my opinion, like this thing of making a change in one script and having your editor create errors automatically into every important files, that is just so precious. Now, I don't know why this Godot doesn't do this yet, especially for games. Games are very complex programs, and this will happen eventually. So yeah, that's my biggest no-no. And those type things not being fully supported yet, that, in my opinion, that should be top priority. Like right now, you create a dictionary and you can't make it like a dictionary of dictionaries, and boom, GDScript is like nuclear bomb. Okay, let's try creating those ores. That's something we can do. Finally, we're doing something that has a little bit of kind of base on what we're doing right now. Okay, so resources, let's have this pink. If I put all the folders pink, like they are just all gonna look the same. That's okay. Create new resource, and let's go 1. I don't even know what their names are. Iron chunk. All right. Okay, so that's the first one. Second, I believe it's the celestial still. So 3 obsidian, is it? No, it's junk. overreacting much. Okay, we have them. So we have those three things, and now we can copy the UID from the first one, and there we go. So is that a semicolon? I think it is. No, is that an equal? No. Oh. Is C# trolling me? Proper way to initialize a C# dictionary required? There is a proper way? It looks like it. Let's see. Maybe the chat got it before me. I don't know. Nope. Chat is lazy. Just ask. Okay, so the thing was using this other bracket. Celestial still. GDScript is still newish, but they started with Python, then switched to Lua, but they had issues with embedding them, plus a small handful of other issues and why they didn't use a different language. Yes, but since they have used Python as a base, it's not possible to add a compiler on that, is it? That's the question. Is it even possible for them to add this? Maybe it's possible. Maybe it is. Maybe I should create a function to make sure that all the IDs or the keys are matching. Okay, Pound. I'm wondering. Is this something in C# which allows you to run code before the entire solution? Like, for example, here you see I'm manually typing each path toward each resource. But you can create a function that reads through the folder, then through every files, and will manually bind the path to every file for each key, basically. Now, this function which read through the directory, you have to invoke it somewhere. So usually I do invoke that in the ready method or enter tree method, or even init method of my first root node of the game, right? But is there a way in C# to say, okay, so before the solution, or like at the compiling of the solution, or before the thing starts, you can call some specific methods? I don't know about that, and that would be very useful, I think. I don't know. Okay, so anyway, we have ores here, which should allow us to create crafting materials. Do we create a debug ore? I don't know. Also, I'm wondering if doing constructors like this is important. I mean, if you have to type it all the time, or if there's a way to kind of summarize this. Okay, so it actually works. Let's see. I mean, is this the kind of thing? I don't think so. Okay, so oh. Mm-hmm. Like a global script question mark? The paths themselves don't need to be compiled exactly. You can just do class name var and call it as long as it's constant. Yes. I mean, for example, what I did here, I think it works. Like you just have a static variable with the path in there, and that's cool. But my question is, if you have, for example, to execute a method to retrieve all the paths so you don't have to type them manually. But to trigger this method, you have to call it as a specific time. So honestly, I think that manually typing this makes it easier because it's kind of pre-coded, and this way, like you don't have to think about when is it going to be loaded. That's kind of a lazy way to fix the problem. I mean, lazy, not lazy. Yeah, we can go back to the sword recipe, I think. There's a texture to the recipe. Is this? I'm gonna ignore that because I think we have discarded recipe dashes. You can pull all .uid files and import and get the UID that way. Yeah, I mean, it's not a question of writing the method. It's a question of when in your script do you say the script to invoke this method. Right now, I'm thinking that having the drop weight within a part is maybe, I don't know. Should it be tied to the recipe or the part? I'm not gonna change things too much. I'm doing way too much transformations. I will try to limit this kind of transformation. Oh yeah, I don't know. It would have to be one of the first thing it does when the script's load. Yeah. Yeah, that's why I usually try to put this in the very earliest game thing I do. But yeah, the actual answer and solution to this is in general to have a much more robust, resilient structure where it will fully load what must be loaded in any situation. Then kind of have this little save file hub where the player is like in this main menu. They can choose what save files they want to play, blah blah blah. Then you can load the save file, which might actually depend on the databases. And then once the save file is fully loaded, you can start loading the game with that information in. I mean, I think that's the kind of thing you have to do if you want a good flow. But I never went that far. Okay. I did a prototype of the menu once, but didn't use it. Can you use a GDScript tool and pull from the tool data? I don't know. I don't know. Get active recipe? What is that? Oh, okay, I see what it is. Well, the good thing is that this seems to be a... Yeah, it's just a question of initializing things. Okay, what if I do create pots, actually? Maybe I can try creating pots. Let's create a new resource. Blade. Oh no, they have no name. Is this? Oh, it's not the same. Oh. I'm discovering things. Okay, let's copy this. Oh, there's quite a lot to do in there. Yes. Oh, that's the key. Ah! I'm getting attacked. So do pots have a tier? Okay, so this minimum and maximum forge rate has to be deleted. Wait. Yeah, I think I can create this to be like this. Let's see. I'm gonna use the same weight at the moment. Drop weight, was it 2 or 3? I don't remember. I probably gotta make sure I get the right word, number. Sword parts. 5, 3, 2. Oh, that's more generous than I thought. I mean, come on, Alphion. Don't tell me that this is better than this. There's no way. This is not a question. I forgot you did that. It's not a question of being able to program, and that's just a question of it's way much better. It's way much better. And I misclicked, so I'm not sure. Okay, now I'm sure. 5, 8, so yes, that was 3. Alright, so we do have a few parts. Seriously, these guys in Europe who thought that having those bottle attached caps, these are the true evil genius of this world. Alright, Pound, actually you think writing add tool script that stores all the UIDs to a dictionary would be fire. Just need the tool to check when the file system updated. What is the point? I'm confused a little bit because as far as I know, you do use the tool tag to make code run within the editor. But why is it necessary for the editor to go fetch all the UIDs? What would be the goal of this? You have access to the UID while coding and you don't need to type them? Well, I don't know. Maybe that there's something I can't see here, obviously. But if that works, I don't know. Because that would still be valuable, right? You wouldn't have access to the full code. And anyway, I just copy paste, so I don't know. But that's probably something I'm not seeing in your vision. So regarding the time, well, we'll most likely have a break. So I don't know what happens. Do I stop the stream or just put a be right back thing? Huh. Creating another stream seems like very annoying to me. So I will probably put a be right back thing and I will be updating on Discord based on I will ping back. Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Go. Something like this. Okay. Oh, what happens if I do that? No, this happened. Yeah. Do I leave it like this? Like, is the GIMP editor like... I don't know. I could like, yeah, have it like full screen. That's probably too much effort. Windows. Oh, a little bit too much. Come on. And now it's not that seamless. Let's put it. That's gonna be fine. Alright. So I will disappear, I will come back, and I will I will talk in Discord when I'm back. So, swoop. Alright, I'm back. And I do admit that I'm not used to eat that much this fast. So, what's the difference between a French taco and a regular taco? I don't know much about the regular taco. I have a few ideas of what it looks like, but basically the French one is I'm gonna say the paste. Like it's slightly You see the faritas? We take the same paste as a faritas, so it's very soft and flexible. And you wrap it fully. Like, it's not, it's fully closed, like, right? And then inside of it you have French fries, which are just regular fries. And in this one that I had, there was also some ground meat, mushrooms, kind of stuff like this to add a little more substance. But yeah. And in the, I want to say the Frenchiest French tacos, you have a cheese sauce in it, which is very, making it very, I don't want to say heavy, but kind of. So, yeah. In fact, we have like an entire franchise in France, which is specialized in doing those things. Yeah, that's pretty much what it looks like. I went to a regular restaurant, so it was a little bit, I want to say more sophisticated than that, but that's pretty much the idea. Just cleaning a little bit in there, and we are ready to resume. So maybe I should try setting a, no, I don't think I will miss the jam. It's gonna be fine. You have to try making one yourself. Yeah, it's probably very easy to make, especially that since the cheese sauce is, in my opinion, really not necessary. But it's like what we do with a lot of our foods out here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a kind of mix and match of different things together. And the reason why they called it really French tacos was mostly because of the cheese inside of it. And the fact that they were using a different technique to enclose the wrap. But in my opinion, I don't specifically like this cheese sauce. Like, this one I ate was with a barbecue sauce, and in my opinion, that's much, much better. So, we're ready. Yeah, I think. Well, since I'm here, let's do... Am I really doing that? You're wondering what today is going to be? Well, honestly, it's been a very long time since I've been jamming there. Let's check the dates. Oh wow, that's so far. There was this one in December, which was an absolute disaster. And I'm proud of my troll, but I'm definitely not proud of what we made as a game. And then yeah, jamming era was October, September. Your last couple ones have been really bad. I don't think I've ever seen one of your entries. I mean, maybe I did, but I mean, it's not specifically the names of people that I do remember. I don't know if we did participate in the same jams at the same time. Right, because the themes I did was like dogs and cats. No, that's another one. Fright Night. The last two went south. Okay. Do you remember the themes you did? Yeah, Fright Night, Darkness, Redundancy, Gambling, Mining, Puzzle, Power Creep. Oh, there's nothing before that? Okay. Oh yeah, the first jumps I did, I was like... I wasn't streaming then. So anyway. 54, 1 hour jam, 5. Save as. Distorted Reality and Grill. Oh, I remember Grill. Well, that's probably the one I saw you when you saw me in the chat then. I remember. I was like distracting Liz like crazy. You don't use templates like the others, so you start from scratch. Yeah, I see that. That's a tough one. That's what I usually do. Merry-go-round. At some point I did come up with a kind of template, but that's just a very, very simple thing to kind of wrap. Have a welcome to the game, this is what's in the game, press play to play. That's pretty much it. So this is saved, and yeah, I will create another one. Or maybe I can create it, like... maybe this one. Nah. So technically... Oh wait, did I change the date? On today's stream. Yes, I did change the date. Music, Discord, Hyper Game Dev, YouTube. Well, it seems correct. Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Well, for example, here you can see the kind of artifacts of my cat game. So, huge quality. Yeah, huge quality. But it did walk. The cat was walking. You did that one also? That 1 hour gym is going away from... Oh yeah. I think there's like 5 left. I have to get rid of this cheese. Well, that's still fitting to the one we're doing today. Yeah, I don't really care. La 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 la. Yeah, that seems good. Oh, well, then let's change that name. You're going to use both or just focus one? Languages, you mean? If you're going to use both C# and GDScript, wouldn't be a big deal. Well, at some point I will. Well, there will still be GDScript around because, for example, you can't export on web with C#. So that's why the entry to the make a game like will be a fake entry, to say. Because I really want to use C#. So I don't really mind not being on the table at the end. Like, it's really just, I really want to do this jam because I'm kind of lacking a project. I have 2 ideas which could feel. The first one is remaking my Poke Clicker on Godot, because I did that at the very early stages of this channel and my Godot journey. So maybe I would try again to see how it would look like now. And the other project, I'm kind of, I mean, that's kind of a whim more than a desire. What did I see today? That was this. Like, I didn't even watch this video. This. I mean, that's the thing with YouTube. Like, 4 of these videos I didn't watch here. Those are just my cursor on the front page. So anyway, this one. It's like a roguelike game that you can play with a card game. And I think it could be a very, very great learning project. Because the game is already set up, you just have to code a few features, and then you can try to add a few things to make it slightly more fun and visual and video game-ish. So, okay, I think I remember where I was. Translate recipe results. So this is doing Sword update crafting method. Basically, it's slightly hot in here. It's kind of unusual. Probably because it's not as cold outside. Do I create cards? First thing I did. Yes. Oh. So we change the sword to remove the forge rate and have damage instead? Okay. So we did create a few parts for the blades. Maybe I can see what happens if I do try to create a recipe now. So I will not be able to make the quad handle or pommel parts, that's for sure. But oh wait, is the script fine? Yes, the script looks fine. Oh, this? Oh no, that's gonna be... Oh, it has to be exported. Otherwise I won't be able to edit it. Oh, hi. How you doing? Oh, I hope I didn't miss you in the first part of the stream. I'm saying that because you say that you're back. So, it could mean that you're back on the stream in general, or from earlier today. If I did, I hope not. I would be sorry. Okay, let's try to create a recipe. Okay, so the key is 001. The name is gonna be tier 1 level. Okay, tier 1. Crafting. Okay, let's create material. New craft material. And spectrum must be out of date. You're fine. You did not miss me. How are you doing? I really miss watching you stream. Yeah, I was away this week. I just got home yesterday. And I just discovered that I did forget my charger there. So I will have to buy a new one. That's the fun part. I mean, it's not lost, because that's technically my mother's house, so I will get it back. It's a really good one, like it's a very high quality charger. So that's a little bit of a bummer. But otherwise, I'm doing very fine. What about you? Like, I'm not going to have my income removed. That's the good part. Oh, wait, or... I will have to use the string, maybe. Yes. I will have to change that. I don't know what I can call you, to be fair. I can't read Cyrillic alphabet very well, but okay, so are you answering the question I was actually going to ask? You're still procrastinating getting better at coding? Well, so that's not really procrastinating. You hopefully will be able to create something in Godot tomorrow. That's cool. But I was gonna ask, are you working on any kind of specific project or something? Because I usually really love to hear about what people are doing. I really like that. And if you want my personal input, yes, there was take or input, on this, I'm from those who will tell you that in a day, there's just so much that your brain can be very active at high capacity. And for example, being productive on something you do know how to do, that's a decent amount of time. But learning something, your brain can't take too much in a day. So it is normal that your brain will naturally say slow down. And ironically, in a sense, I'm not gonna say that I'm more productive than those people who have super clear plan to like learn how to make a game and make a game in 3 months and go with like this I want to say super crazy will motivation. But overall, when I don't rush myself, in general, I learn much more than when I'm trying to reach specific points or milestone based on, you know, the kind of be a millionaire before you're 30 subculture. This in my opinion is like very messed up. I mean, you can do that, but you end up like you might achieve your goals until you're 30, but you're already an old man inside, so it's not really point. I mean, it's pointless to me. So the psychological philosophical moment being ended, I can rebuild the project. Alright. Oh no. Oh, hi, Minute Head. Just came to say hi, bad internet connection, you can't stay. Well, thank you for passing by, that's super cool. And I'll see you later then. And yeah, too bad for the bad internet then. Hope you can do some stuff at home, at least. I mean, at home or wherever you are. Because sometimes, like, yeah, not being able to do anything, not super fun. Oh, that's the same thing. This is really too bad because I really like just, you know, drag and dropping resources like this. That's very handful. But I'm trying a different approach, which doesn't load the entire game at once and kinda load what it needs. Oh no! I'm gonna explode the earth. Yep. Exploding earth. Oh, by the way, those 3 things? They're actually not necessary anymore. Yes, a sword received. That's a string. Blade parts 0, 0. That seems correct. Oh look! It created a packed string array. That is so cool. Because I'm pretty sure that packed string array is cheaper resource-wise than just an array. That's cool. So, just so that I can set a goal, the main and first goal of this C# translation is to be able to craft a sword fully. Yeah, so it's just AFK. I'm not gonna spam ping. So maybe I could be creating the other parts. So, okay, quad. Create a new resource. Right, second pop down. Maybe I don't need to do all levels. Oh wait, it seems wrong. Reduce. Which one did I set? Damn. I'm gonna ignore level 2 and 3. I'm just gonna do level 1. Handle. Copy your idea. There we go. So you should prepare yourself for the huge UI remake, meaning instantiating changes. Instantiating? What do you mean? Oh. Panels like recipe? Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm not touching that at the moment. Oh well, I will. Well, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. Because, well, if you do that, then I will wait. I will wait for this to be done fully. And I mean, I don't really mind. Because I will have to redo everything in C# anyway. So if the layout changes, then it's not really a big deal. Because as you might have noticed, like I'm not just copying things, I'm trying to clean and change things for the better. Is it important that parts have a tier associated to them? Because right now, I think they don't. Yeah, they don't have a tier. But yeah, I think we maybe could have this. pay me for the sponsorship. I would appreciate it if you're watching me. I'm gonna call that the Red Company. I'm gonna add the tier. Blade parts, wood parts. What is this album? Sounds ominous. Yes. Tome of Terrible Things. Yep, I get that. Yeah, I think I will have to manually edit this. Oh. I thought so. Why is it so hesitant to switch? Okay, cool. Let's fix. It depends if there won't be problems with defining what part should refer to what recipient, then it's fine. I think this tier, the level is important. It is definitely important. But the tier, in my opinion, is just for information purpose. So if you have like an encyclopedia in game, for example, it could be useful to it will show the tier, but that's pretty much it. Otherwise, it is the recipe deciding what parts it's taking. So we can have recipes which are saying, I'm gonna pick tier 1 parts for whatever reason. We have a new property key. Yes, it is new and not so new. It is new in the sense that it is properly named key, because sometimes I made the error to not properly name it key. And it is a string now. It is a string what it used to be an enum. I'm changing the way resources work so that when you refer to a resource in the database, like for example here, let's see the recipe. Here the recipe, for example, you refer to the key of the blade part instead of drag and dropping the resource here. Well, actually we could. Let me... Oh, maybe for this one we could. Let me think. Because the point is, I don't want to load things that we don't need to load. Nah, let's keep it key. So we can link key to recipe. That's the only way to link a part to a recipe. The recipe has lists of the keys of the parts they're using. Here, for example, you can see materials. It's the same. For the first recipe, we use 001 iron trunk 5 times. Yeah, but it's not really a can, is so we must. So it's a little bit trickier because you have to remember the keys. I mean, not really remember, but yeah. Tier means some hierarchy. Yes, it means hierarchy, but the thing is that while it means something in the recipe because the recipe will generate a sword tier based on the recipe tier. But the part is not really ever checked. It's never used. That's the thing. Tier means some hierarchy, which we don't have. We don't have? I think we do. I'm very curious to see what happens if we start the game right now. Yeah, that would be too good. Oh, maybe I should like... Oh, wait a second, because we kind of have a problem, right? Oh yeah, what is that? Oh. 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 I really did try to mute my soda can. I can't have an empty thing. Could not find a property list in the C# script. What's happening? Oh, okay. Whew. String. Oh. We might change tier for something more efficient, like strings. You mean like... Well, they're both. Oh, okay. Well, alright, I see. So I think in that case, we can create a table. Right? We create a table that says 1 returns celestial, 2 returns obsidian, and we can then update this table very easily. Yeah, I mean, in terms of coding, we can use like we can throw that in an enum, for example. Yes, we can throw that in an enum. But yeah, I mean, it being an integer right now, it doesn't prevent this thing you're saying to ever occur. It can very easily be plugged on that. Very easily. And having numbers, I think it will make it easier to sort. than if we have strings. Because, for example, if you have celestial, iron, and obsidian, and you want to sort from strongest to weakest, how do you know that obsidian is stronger than iron if you don't have an integer? I don't know, I'm trying to force running the game right now. Yeah, there's just too many things that won't work. We won't have recipes as panels to sort. And the inventory we should sort by alpha. Yes, but you can always give the opportunity to sort with whatever stat they want to sort it with. I mean, it's like, yeah, if it is useless, it's not a problem. Like, we can kind of remove slowly everything that is tied to it until we can fully remove it. Yeah, so we just have a method here that returns the active recipe. I have to skip it at the moment, sadly. Oh, I did. Oh, that I couldn't do with the touchpad. So that's cool. What did I mean? I wanted to do something, but I forgot because of the music. Remove portrait, now there's something different. Oh yes. To do, we have the sword recipe, get active. So that will have to be done in future. Update crafting method, translate sword results. Maybe we can do that. Update crafting method. We probably have enough. So sword. Wow, it's so big. Nah, not that big actually. Okay, so. So tier level, maybe not. So for example, the level of the sword could be based on the level of the strongest part. Oh, this doesn't have level here. Do we need sword level? Not necessarily. It's just here for statistics reasons. I mean, that's we can make it now and strip it later if we really don't need it. Otherwise, it can always be interesting to create some kind of statistics. Oh. We pick up the recipe name. That's bad. Based on what I did. So we get the parts randomly, and I didn't do this method. So I will have to do this method. Okay, let's see. Get random parts. This should actually be from the recipe. I will put that in the sword recipe. That makes more sense, I think. Right? Like here you have a public blade part. Get random blade part. Right. Integer total weight equals 0. For each key, well, I can say key. Do you have an idea on how to make a flexible weighted random system? Elaborate, because we already have a weighted system. I in the dictionary. In case you would add perks that improve chances to get stronger parts. Here. For example, what you would do is like when you load the weights, you do increase or remove based on a skill. Right? So here, you load a blade part, and then you have a skill that says if the blade part level is superior or equal to 3, then you make it more common. So instead of adding the weight of the blade part, you add the weight of the blade part plus 1, for example. So here I do think we have to load every part. Now that I think about it, maybe the recipe we can load or unload. Because with this, can we get percentage, for example, to print on label? No. It's easy if the sum is 100. Well, if you start, well, it doesn't work this way. Because, yeah, that's the thing. First of all, no, because if you have 100 weight total, means that you're gonna have 10 level 3. So if you want to add plus 5% chance to have a level 3, it's not like adding 5 to the weight. First thing. Second thing, it means that every recipe has different weights for parts, which is not how parts work yet. So we can change that. I was thinking about it, about moving the weight from the parts to the recipe, so that different recipes can use the same parts with different weights, which is probably better. Next thing, if we want to have a modular system like you do, which I think is probably a good way to go about it, maybe we should have not a pick one from a pool, but a layered loot table. So you roll a dice to see and get the best part. You roll a dice to get the best part. And you either succeed or you fail. If you succeed, you add this part to the sword. If you fail, you go to the next one. And then the next one, again, you roll, success, fail. And the third one, until the last one, which is 100% chance to get. So this way, each part can have very, very, very unique way of behaving without really ever impacting other layers. I don't know if I'm clear on what I say. But I do know that, for example, Wakfu is using this in their loot system. You have drop quantity and drop rate. And yeah. Well, first you roll the quantity of items, and then for every item, you roll from the best to the lowest. That's kind of... yeah. So I think that's what we could be doing. Okay, I'm gonna... try something. What if we have a private boolean loaded? And I don't know, let's make it private at the moment. Private kind of complicated? Actually, no, it's very easy. I mean, I don't know what you mean by complicated. Like complicated to implement or complicated to understand? Oh, sorry, I forgot. I didn't read these things before. There's a way to make it with the current weighted system. Oh, okay, but kind of complicated. There's a thing with it though. I think, based on the skill tree, it's probably easier to use the layer system. It's only up to you to decide. Well, I really think that the layer system is going to be easier on the long run. And it actually makes a little bit more sense to have parts having their own drop rate this way. Oh, I don't know. So we do layers. Also, I'm questioning... Oh wait, we're working with phones. So since we're working with phones, we definitely want to optimize resource loading. So I'm answering my question right away. But right now for the crafting, for example, it would be cool to have a kind of intermediate thing. Because for example, when we're oh, wait a second. Okay. I think... What did I say? What is a pummeler? I think... it's not really CPU I'm thinking. I'm actually thinking about memory. Because right there, okay, here's the problem I'm thinking about, because I think I've not really exteriorized this. But here, the parts within the recipe are not loaded. Okay, we just have the keys of each part. And then I would like to get one randomly. But to get the weight, because the weight is within the resource of the part, then we have to load it to know the weight. So we pretty much have to load every part at once to get the weight, and then get the 4 parts we need and discard everything else. But if we change the weight or the drop chance to the recipe, which is in there, we don't have to load the parts until they are chosen. And I think it's a very good thing to add. So here we'll have to change this. And the Pummeler is the best friend of the Frogger? Yeah, the Frogger is actually using the Pummeler to get rid of the crocodiles? I don't know. I think it's important to change this. So we need to create new resource. Craft materials. So what if I create a new folder? Recipe pot. New find. Recipe pot. So we have a parking, debug, let's use super 1 by default. And what if, okay, so here we could say, I mean, I don't think we use the probability, yes, that's what I mean. So it is right, I mean, it exists. Because what is the difference between chance and odds? Occasional probability ratio. And maybe chance is actually a better word. I mean, to me it is, but that's my French brain. Odd means uneven. Yes, it absolutely does. But it also means the probability of something. But I think it's, I mean, let me get it back because there was like so many lines. I mean, yes, it means uneven, right? That we're good. It did mean strange, of course, but it's so far down. Like probability ratio, the odds of winning the lottery are not so good. Yeah, so it's not really, see? But chance is like, yeah, maybe odd means more probability. Well, the chance is the chance. Probability. Yeah. Really? Okay. That's like the opposite meaning in chance. So yeah, anyway, your chance so that's 10%. That's 100%. Let's have 100% by default. Okay, so receipt recipe. Recipe pot. Okay, so this allows us to do things differently. So this actually goes away. Oh yes, get the part becomes very different then. What if like the get around the part? You can control to highlight the whole word. You can double click, that's the way I do it. Yeah, I'm not so sure what you mean. Oh, maybe you mean when... Okay, wait, okay. You mean the keyboard control. It's to skip the word. If you go Control Shift, then you select it. It's, yeah, you have to do that with Shift. Okay. I didn't know that. I don't use keyboard controls that much. Mostly because I'm uneducated about it. So we'll have a problem again. We don't know the level. Look at you. We are having a crisis, and you're like moving things up and down without. I'm kidding, but okay, so we have another thing we can do. The lazy way is to add the level here. But that's, I mean, if we do that, I mean, no, it's the optimized way. This way we can get the level without having to load the entire part. But it means that we have to manually set the level of the part within the recipe. I think that's okay. That's okay because we can add a check. Like, for example, we can use a developer debug script that runs through all the recipes. It checks the level here. It loads the part and checks that the level matches, and if it doesn't, it returns an error. We can do that. Yeah, that's maybe the best way to go with that. Okay, so I'm thinking we can try to get the strongest part and the weakest part. I mean, well, now I'm thinking about going back to waiting to the pool. Because what if we have different parts with the same level? We have different parts with the same level. And that some parts, for example, could have higher rates. Not necessarily. You can have parts with reused textures. I mean, that's... Oh wait, it's that time already? Okay. So, a big crafting method. We're not even there yet. Well, sort of. Yes, that's what we were doing. But as word, let's see. Find a solution for parts drop system. So, based on the time, we will close this stream here. Okay. We'll finish this translation to C# for today. And then we will be back in... I'm gonna move the time, I guess. Yeah, well, anyway. We're gonna go back with the second stream. Do I link this guy? Yes, I'm gonna link this guy. Is this here? It's here. We're gonna link this. And we're gonna continue there. And we're gonna have a bit of fun with the CD scripts. So anyway. There we go. So, I'm closing this pretty quickly because, yeah, kind of lacking time. Sort of. What time did I say? Maybe 50 is gonna be good. 50 is gonna. Right. So I will disappear. And I will leave you guys here. Oh wait, we did a full circle? No, we did not. No, we did not. And I will, yeah, resume with the 1 hour jam. Yes, you're going away? So good night to you, and I'll see you tomorrow. And for those who want to stay, yes, I will be back in like 10 minutes for the 1 hour game jam of this week. Thank you guys for being here as usual, and I will see you soon, and probably, yeah, very soon.